Okay, we are back. So I just saw this Marc Lamont Hill says Fox News rooting for violence. So this is Jesse Waters. I think that's his name. This is Marc Lamont Hill going over the five like I just did, but I think he's going to go over the choker, the strangler of Jordan Neely. So we're going to check this out.
The arrest of the Luigi Mangioni.
Oh, I guess not.
The Luigi Mangioni. It's interesting. He has such a presence. He's like a superstar to some people. He's a hero to some people. I don't look at it that way, but I understand why people have a range of feelings about this. Anyway, the arrest of Luigi Mangioni, the guy who's accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, it's getting a lot of reactions. Some see it as justice.
Oh.
But other people don't. Some people say he killed somebody in cold blood, in the open. Got arrested. That's what justice looks like. Other people say
he did some killing.
Release that man. There are literally people walking around with the hashtag Free Luigi. Then you have Fox News.
I hope they find him innocent in court.
Fox News always adds their own little bit of spin to it. They always add their own piece to it. On Fox News, there's a guy named Jesse Waters.
So real quick, they were talking about The Rainmaker in another video. That's a good movie to watch, and also A Time to Kill. Both of those movies would be good movies to watch around this time to they match the moment right now. A Time to Kill has what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson in it, and what was the other one? The Rainmaker has, I think it's just called Rainmaker, that has Matt Damon in it.
A host. He used to be a producer, now he's a host, who condemned the murder of Brian Thompson. And yet, while condemning the murder of this CEO, applauding the arrest of the shooter, he also called for the alleged shooter's own murder. I'm not exaggerating, y'all. Watch this.
Did you know that you can make between 5 and 25% on your money per month passively without...
When people are willing to say the things that people are saying online, and then for this person at the Washington, I don't know which, with the Taylor Lorenz celebrating CEOs, because what kind of society do we live in? I can understand you disagreeing with the company's policies, but that doesn't mean that you have the right to...
And they keep messing with this Taylor Lorenz lady, like, they cut her off, but she didn't say she was celebrating. But man, they're gonna tear that lady up. They talk about cancel culture, boy, and having hurt feelings of boohoo, whining, and crying, man. These people...
Anyone has a right to go and kill somebody. Now, this young...
No human has a right to go and kill somebody. I can agree with that. But I would think no human has a right to have a job to deny claims to people in life and death situations to make more money by killing people. So, I mean, neither of them had the right to do what they did. How's
One guy
that?
right here, if indeed he's the person, and they prosecute him, I hope he is
set free.
I hope he gets a death penalty.
What?
I hope he's prosecuted to the fullest
We don't
extent.
have the death penalty in New York.
Well, maybe you can get him to get in there. You and Trump can figure something out.
I
Judge,
did
where
it
you
the
guys...
first time in New York.
And finally, the last thing I would say is, I hope the only one person I know who said who has...
He said no human has a right to kill somebody else, but then he wants the death penalty. Isn't that humans killing other humans?
Back pains is Jesse. I hope he is not pushed to make any efforts
ghost
like
gun. Don't make a ghost gun.
A gun
I
or
was
anything
homicidal
like that.
after my emergency back surgery. No, you're right. I wanted to kill Johnny, though. Right. Because he assembled my chair, which put me into the surgery. I was so wrong about this case. Last week they came on, I said, this guy's a pro.
Yeah.
Total
I know,
professional, just by the way he acted.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he was so horny, he took his mask off to flirt with a barista. And he keeps the murder weapon on him. And then he has a manifesto. It's almost like he wanted to get caught. Because you go into a McDonald's, you go into a Starbucks, you know they have cameras. You got to go to get a hot dog on the side of the street if you're that hungry. Get a water bottle from the guys that sell these things. This guy was obviously looking for notoriety, and good, he's got it. Now, he's a prep school kid. He's politically connected in Maryland.
He's ready for prison?
I don't think anyone's ready, Brian. Maybe you are, Brian, in a different way. But this guy's not ready. He's way too soft. He's going to get annihilated on the inside, and good. If he's not going to get the death penalty, maybe someone will do him justice behind bars. That's all I have to say about that.
You should stop there.
Right.
Yeah, but that's pretty crazy, right? They're all butthurt about somebody killing somebody that was killing multiple people, but they're like, oh, hopefully somebody does justice behind bars. What do you mean by that, Mr. Jesse Waters? I thought no one had the right to be killing people.
You should stop there. Woo. Okay, so many thoughts on this. First of all, let's take a step back and talk about the actual shooting for just a second. Again, it seems obvious what happened. It seems like the story could not be clearer. But instead of doing what Fox News does, which is to jump to conclusions when it's somebody we agree with and or disagree with, let's actually wait for this to play out. We can have feelings about it, but let's do that. Second, this idea that Fox News is promoting, including Harold Ford there. Remember him from back in the day when he was the media darling? He was the first Obama. Despite what all of them are saying, Americans aren't applauding death. Americans aren't applauding the CEO being killed. What they're applauding is a conversation about healthcare and this wicked system. What they are doing is articulating a certain kind of pain that they're feeling and experiencing from being subjected to the system. That's what we're dealing with here. Yeah, the jokes go too far to me. Yes, I don't think it's cool or funny to make fun of somebody who's dead or who got murdered, someone who has a family, all that. I get that. But I'm not worried about the CEO outside of the personal level. Once we get past the personal, I'm saying forget the CEO. Let's talk about the system. Let's talk about the structure. Let's talk about how healthcare works. Let's talk about the fact that we don't have a universal healthcare system. We have a universal health insurance system. We don't have a single payer system. We have something else. And so as long as capitalism is bound up in this is what's going to continue to happen. So
and see, if you're on the left, you want to talk about left versus right. So Marc Lamont Hill is a left-wing person. He wants everybody to have health care. He wants to tax the rich more. He wants everybody to have education. He wants to tax the rich more. He wants more access to food. He wants to tax the rich more. And the thing is, go check out anything about wealth and income inequality. If the 10% has 80% of the wealth, they need to pay 80% of the taxes. That's just the way it works. That's how math works.
Get all that out the way before we get to this guy who is the killer. If they have the guy who is the killer, then he should get due process. But it's fascinating to me to hear somebody like Jesse Waters say, "Oh well, just put him in jail and hopefully someone will take care of him. Someone will execute him." This is what we're rooting for? Extrajudicial murder? How dare you? Now I get sometimes things happen to bad people, and we don't lose a lot of sleep over it. I get that.
I bet in prison, they're gonna like him in prison. They're gonna be like high-fiving him and stuff. Everybody who's in prison that lived a bit of life out of prison has a family member that has gone to the healthcare system at some point, or themselves, right? Like, and maybe they even I don't know what the healthcare is like in prison, so they might not be happy with their healthcare either.
Donald Trump had a couple alleged assassination attempts. I didn't want him to have an assassination attempt. I don't want anybody to try to kill him. But when I heard that bullet whiz past his ear, I didn't exactly, I wasn't sleepless in Seattle. So I understand that impulse, but to actually use your public platform to applaud or even encourage or even invite, an assassination or a murder attempt in prison is wild to me. But part of it is because Fox News and them are so in bed with corporate America. They're so embedded in capitalist America. They are an extension of it. They are the leaders of it. They are the
mouthpiece
the people who benefit most when billions and trillions of dollars is hoarded among a very small number of people. So I'm not surprised that Fox News doesn't want the CEO of a major multinational corporation to get killed, because it starts raising other questions. We got to ask those questions. We got to stick with those questions. But again, the questions aren't about the personal. They're about the structures. Every single day, every single year, people died because of these healthcare companies. Every single day, people get their claims denied. Every single day, people get charged exorbitant amounts for drugs. Every single day, people get kicked out of nursing homes. This is the problem. Somebody wrote in, reworded Samurai, said, name a major media outlet that isn't in bed with corporate America. I can't think of one. To be a major media outlet is to be in bed with corporate America, which is why every single major corporate media outlet is also talking about this the same way. Yeah, they're celebrating the
right, CNN sounds just like Fox right now.
And yes, they're romanticizing the killers somewhat, but at the core of it, the unifying thread among all of them is that they are normalizing the existence of United Healthcare as the healthcare giant, as the healthcare provider. They are normalizing the idea that this is what the most progressive and healthy modern healthcare system in the world could be. MSNBC ain't no better on this. They're a little bit better in terms of at least articulating why people are celebrating. But beyond that, they ain't doing much.
I don't know if I've seen any coverage on MSNBC yet.
CNN ain't doing much. They all doing the same thing.
CNN ain't doing nothing. They sound just like Fox.
The same thing. Now, it's wild to me. And I think Mel NYC Review said it. Fox News celebrates Daniel Penny, but they want to unalive someone who hasn't been convicted yet. Right. They're okay with a guy getting killed on a subway train.
Well, he was
choked out for 6 full minutes, but if that ain't an extrajudicial killing, I don't know what it is. But they're not okay. Anyway. Once again, y'all, Fox is trash. Understand that. Know that. Fox News is trash. And this is what you're going to get.
So Fox is trash. Let's see what they say in his comments a little bit. These fools are so detached from reality that they think prisons are just bloodthirsty killers. Why would anyone in prison straight up kill this kid for no reason when he didn't even commit a crime that would even make him a target? See, I think they'd probably like him. Rupert Murdoch, the billionaire, owns Fox, so what do you expect? Well, I'm pretty sure anybody who owns a cable company is going to be a billionaire or high millionaire. Well, to be fair, he is the same guy that said men shouldn't cheat, but flats the tires of female workers so he could talk to her while married. Fox News is the equivalent of the Jerry Springer Show. Luigi Mangioni. What happened to the original police description of the suspect as a light-skinned man? There seemed to be a keenness to link the suspect to being black. To see people fawn over him is sickening. Oh, did you see his abs? You were on Morgan's show, and Morgan kept referring to a black homeless victim as a deranged lunatic while admonishing the guests for not being appropriately somber for the CEO. You tried to explain to a phone hacking liar how he was being hypocritical. Lose your temper. Morgan is a disingenuous shit. Fox News is according to the Jerry Springer Show. So yeah, you see the Fox and the CNN, all their commenters are going at him, telling him they're out of touch. This is a more left. He's not going to have as many comments because the left isn't quite as big as the right. So, but you see everybody's more in agreement over here. And I'm thinking of more videos, so we'll see what's coming next.